face in your face.
Oh, come on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or are watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we're trying to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I also have another channel called Latina Diaspora where I discuss issues pertaining to Latinos in the United States. Um, the link to that channel is in the description. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and the subscriber mode has been enabled. Meaning, if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you will need to have subscribed to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. Whether you've been there from the very beginning or just recently joined, I really appreciate your continued love and support. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, as well as those who allow me to enter in their devices and those who watch from the cloud, even the haters. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have not done so already, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. So, tonight we're going to have another episode, open discussion, of which I'm going to talk about several different topics, which I'm going to give my opinion. Now, of course, the audience will have an opportunity to chime in to express their point of view. Also, the audience will have an opportunity to enter in the chat if there's any topic they want me to discuss. I will do my best to comply. If there's anything that I really don't know a great deal about, I will say so. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is, actually, everyone's been talking about the situation with TikTok. Okay. Unless you've been living on a rock, today, the Supreme Court had made this decision stating that the ban to be imposed on TikTok is valid and does not violate um, freedom of speech. Now, for the benefit of those who do not know why we are in this situation, um, the company, which is known as ByteDance, is a Chinese company, and there have been concerns regarding security and that the Chinese government could gain access to our information through the app. Not like there are hundreds of ways where hackers can gain access to our information and what have you. I mean, I know at my employer, we constantly get training regarding how to prevent unauthorized people from getting access to our files and things of that nature. Of course, the app is hugely popular, particularly regarding the young people. And there have been those who actually have made a substantial amount of money out of TikTok by creating content or selling goods or a combination of the two. Now, there's been a great deal of speculation regarding what happened. Okay. Now, it was announced that ByteDance will shut down the app um, as of this Sunday. Now, actually, there have been some 11 hour attempts to try to at least extend the ban until the situation can be resolved. As of tonight, they have not been successful. And what has happened is that it has led hundreds of people uh, to go the Red Note, which is another Chinese app. Now, what are the possible consequences regarding a ban of TikTok? What might happen is you might have some creators will float over to YouTube. Now, one thing we have to understand with every platform, there are those who create positive content and there are those who don't. Okay. There are those who actually create some really ratchet material and things of that nature. So one concern I have is that some of those individuals might come over here and further pollute this platform with more ratchet material. Um, Also bear in mind that, in my humble opinion, YouTube have not been thorough across the board as far as enforcing some of their guidelines. So we shall see what happens. Whether you know if TikTok is completely banned, I think it's going to be a result. Now, there's been some second speculation that for those who have already downloaded um, the app on their smartphone, they'll be able to use it for a while. However, new users would not be able to download the app, and also Apple Store and Google, um, they will face substantial fines if they try to upgrade the application. So what may happen is, even if uh, ByteDance does not shut down the platform completely, the fact that the app may not it will not be able to upgrade and improve itself, it might become non-workable. So we shall see. Good evening, Georgia. Actually, tonight is another episode open discussion. So I started off talking about um, the ban on TikTok. Okay. Now, as I stated before, there are those creators who create positive content, and then there are those that don't. So what might happen is some of the ratchet creators might come over here to this platform and make it more of a cesspool, as if not already a cesspool to begin with. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, and this is a question: to red note or not red note? Now, there's been a great deal of talk about red note, and what is red note? It is another Chinese app which is supposedly similar to TikTok. Now, my understanding that this app is owned by the Chinese government as well. Okay. And actually, there have been some content creators that created content on TikTok have gone over to Red Note, but some of them have already have their channels deleted because of issues regarding the content. What people need to understand that this is a totally different app. Okay, first of all, I'm going to tell you the things that you should not do. Yeah. Well, okay. The issue with with retinol is, first of all, you have to know English and Mandarin to download the app, the guidelines, and you have to agree to the conditions, which is no politics, no cursing, no corn, and nothing regarding the LGBTQ plus community. Okay. And if you think if some people think the censorship on YouTube, it's even worse on no. And to be perfectly honest, I have never thought about downloading the app. First of all, because I do not know Mandarin, number one. Number two, the condition itself, I really don't have a problem too much, but I don't think I can flourish in that app. That's another. See, that's another problem because China frowns on Christianity. So that's another reason why I would not um, produce any content on Retina. Now, there are those that have done so, and what I think is going to happen is some of these individuals who produce wretched content, that, like they already have done, they're going to find out the hard way that they cannot be acting all wild and ghetto on Red Note. That they cannot curse or anything like that. They cannot talk anything regarding the LGBTQ plus community. They cannot enter into politics. They have to be basically very um, non-political and conservative as far as in their eye, which is why I don't think that's going to happen. Good evening, Don Armando. Tonight's topic is open discussion. So right now, I've been dealing with the ban on TikTok and the situation down in Vietnam. Now, before I forget, let me just state that my dear friends, Georgia and Don Armando, they have their respective channels, which I'm going to ask that you show some love to them, subscribe to the channels, and check out their content. Now, while there is some crap on TikTok, there's also some people that actually um, produce Christian themes and Christian messages and also Christian songs. Okay, so it's not all a cesspool over there. Uh, but there's certain people. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. There's certain individuals now. I think what's gonna happen is a lot of people who go to try to create content on Retinol, they're going to get tired of all the restrictions and they're going to come to YouTube or they're going to come to some of the other platforms to create their content. Okay. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is false narratives. Now, something that's very common with not only with um, Don Armando and Georgia and myself, but also other um, content creators, which our good friends are, and we actually do talk offline. for a long time has created false narratives. Okay, and we already know and fully aware regarding the false narratives that have been directed regarding Georgia, and particularly regarding his past, Don Mando regarding his identity, and of course, yours truly. Now, before I forget, let me just state for the record that the link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone wishes to hit that link and express an opinion regarding anything what we're going to talk about, may do so. Again, if I do not know you, if I never seen you before, if I never heard from you before, I will insist that you come up in the backstage and make sure that no one flashes anything inappropriate, which will cause the people of YouTube to take down the stream. Now, of course, I'm going to speak about the narratives, false narratives has been directed towards me. Mainly that I am racist. Okay. Unfortunately, it all started with an individual named Zacharias, who was the first individual that raised the specter that I was a racist. First of all, um, if you take a look um, at regarding the people who are my mods, they are all different communities. Okay, I have as mods from the mixed community, my brother from another mother, Georgia. I also have Irby. I also have Golden Goddess. Okay, multi is was a mod and she's still a mod. Okay, and when it comes to the African, when it comes to um, Latinos, okay, I have the introvert Boricua as a mod. I have Black Explaining as a mod. I have Don Mando as a mod. Okay. I also have from the African community, the 18 Letters a mod. From the Haitian community, I have Brotep. In fact, and I also have ladies, other ladies who are mods. Okay. Um, the Juju, La Cubana, uh, I have different types of individuals, all of them. Okay, and I'm sure all of that. I'll probably have maybe one person that may be a member of the LGBTQ community. So number one, that's one false. So that dispels one way dispels the false narrative. Another. This was something that was recently brought to my attention. Is that I don't say anything about Fat Joe. I don't say anything regarding racist Latinos. Um, if you have been following me uh, for any length of time, you should realize that no one represents all Latinos. Okay, number one. Number two, I have definitely called out the racist ones. Okay. Also, um, 2 years ago, I actually did a stream addressing the myths regarding African American women. Okay, because another issue, another false narrative that I'm anti-black, which is like how how okay how I mean really no I mean if I'm anti-black, why would I devote an entire stream addressing the myths regarding black women. If I was a racist, why would I have different types of people as my mods? Show me one video, one stream that I actually made a racist remark. Keep searching. You're not gonna find it, folks, because that never happened. Okay. And that's just with me. None mind the other narratives that whatever that that I'm senile, I'm old, I'm lonely. Okay. First of all, I have a community that actually support me and love me. So really, and I can and I can talk regarding the narratives regarding my friend Don Armando, particularly when it comes to claim that he's not who he is, and of course Giorgio regarding his past. Okay, first of all, Georgia has admitted his past, and he is no longer okay. What he has done in the past, he's not doing well, and part of the Christian message is repentance, is forgiveness, is renewal. So I find it bizarre that people still bringing up stuff and bringing off a beef that I had with one YouTube creator um, over 2 years ago. Really, first of all, I'm not the type of person that hold grudges for any length of time. First of all, I'm too old. Number one. Number two, that's contrary to who I am as an individual, as a Christian. Okay, Christians do not bear grudges. Okay, and actually, I'm gonna say this: sane, mature people, whether regardless of their religious affiliation or no religious affiliation, do not hold on to grudges for any length of time. First of all, it eats up your soul, and what you're doing, you're punishing yourself. You're not punishing the person that you have the grief with, but because that person's already forgotten and is living their life. So really, I mean, and yes, I have extended olive branches to several people. If they chose not to take advantage of it, hey, there's nothing I can do. I did my part. I extended the olive branch, okay? And in good faith that I did. So there's one topic that I put on my notes. I'm not going to discuss it, but I will say this. I get it that there are some content creators, that people cannot stand. Okay, I get it. And it's because either their content or because of the people that I hang with or both. The last time I checked, no one is taking a gun to your head and consume their content. If you do not like a particular creator for whatever reason, don't watch their content, block them, okay? And believe me, no, they'll find other people that will support them, okay? But this whole this whole notion that you know beef, people continuing beefs that happened 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, it's gotten old, it's gotten stale, and if you want to have carry that burden of some beef that happened 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, knock yourself off. Just don't bring it to my platform. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is what I call circus uprising. Okay. Oh boy, things have started to heat up. Okay. Not, I mean, first of all, it started to heat up in X, formerly known as Twitter, where people are okay. Certain individuals are talking ish regarding the same individuals. Okay, and basically it's the same old, same old. Okay, and there was one content creator that that has devoted entire streams about yours truly. Okay, which apparently has been privated or what have you. Interesting. And of course, the narrative is this: that I'm mentally an issue when it comes to black people. That I don't call out racism regarding Latinos. That only focusing on the issues, black people and the issues that black people do. First of all, let me just state for the record, um, there is good and bad in every community. I have said this too many times to recall. Okay. First of all, I don't think all of the African American community are ghetto. There are a lot of great people out there. There are a lot of great people in the African American community that are doing, positive things and things of that nature. You know what? Look, I'm just simply giving generalizations. Okay, and of course, this individual brought up a beef that's like almost 3 years old, which is like, really? I don't hold beefs. I don't hold grudges. That's not me. But of course, you have certain individuals that you can say whatever. You can stop. You can speak facts. It's not gonna phase in any way, shape, or form. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. Tonight, it's for those who are coming in now. This is open discussion. So, of course, I started with the situation with TikTok. Okay, and then I went on to retinol, and then I went on to the false narratives and things of that nature. I mean, there is a reason why I refer to the collective, which are our ops, as the circus, because they act like a bunch of clowns. Okay, these individuals are not able to engage into discussion without making it personal, without making it emotional. Okay, what they love to do is they love to create a false notion, they love to create false narratives and things of that nature, and they continue to bring up old beefs. So basically, it's kind of like a very bad um, rerun about bad soap opera that's been played um, for far too long. And what can I do? I cannot control what they say. I do have control regarding how I respond. And I will say this: generally, for the most part, I do not respond because, first of all, You respond, then what's going to happen is they're going to keep respond to your response, and then you're going to give another response to response, and it goes back and forth. And basically, what you're doing is uh, you're giving the haters what they want. They want attention. They crave attention. Okay, so that what they will do is that they will go on, they will go on their platforms, and they will, the trauma bond and talk about whatever uh, issues or fake issues or things of that nature directed towards anyone. Okay, and of course, the main reason why I have haters, it's because of the people that I choose to associate with. Well, first of all, uh, I would associate with whomever I wish. Okay. You don't like it? Well, again, there's the door. Okay. You don't have to consume that content. Now, I get it that some people have beefs with those that I choose to align myself with. Okay. You know what? You can go on and talk about it on your platforms till you're blue in the face and until doomsday. What I'm not going to tolerate is when you bring in your ish um, to this platform. That's not. I am not going to tolerate that. Okay, because first of all, this is not a ratchet platform. This is a platform for mature people to have discussion regarding multiple topics. And are we going to disagree? Of course. It's logical. Mature people will disagree, but the difference is we're able to discuss things with maturity, and we don't let it get to us. We don't get obsessed because we disagree. I mean, my goodness gracious. I mean, how many times have I disagreed with Denise Gonzalez? How many times have I disagreed with the introvert Marika? How many times have I ever disagreed? And I mean, it goes on and on and on. Well, guess what? Because these are individuals, they have valid points, okay? And they have the right to express those points as they see fit. And some of them are very um, enthusiastic regarding those talking points. And generally, look, I don't censor here. The only thing I ask is that we all have mutual respect regarding those who are on the platform or the chat. That's all I ask for. Okay. Let me just check and see. Okay. I was just checking to see if there's anybody watching on Instagram. Okay. Yeah, that's a fact, Irby. We're not. We're always. We will disagree. The issue is, let us be agreeable when we disagree. Okay, that's the key. Being agreeable when we disagree. Something that unfortunately not everyone is able to grasp the concept. And we see it here in these YouTube streams. When you have certain individuals that their channels are basically echo chambers, and heaven forbid you should say something contrary to what they are talking points, and next thing you know it, you're blocked, you're banned, or you're called everything but a child of God. Okay. And when it comes to the haters, I mean, there's really not much you can do, but try to ignore them and don't let the haters rob you of your peace. Okay. Look, I have been dealing with the haters um, ever since I became a YouTube creator, and I'm going to continue to do so. Now, next week's schedule, it's going to be a little fluid. I'm going to have streams on Monday night, Wednesday night, Friday night on this channel. As far as my other channel, um, I'm trying to figure out whether I could do a Tuesday night stream or a Saturday morning stream. Okay, because let's keep it real. It's not attracting a lot of people. Okay, and I have to think about a why. Okay, hopefully by me expanding the topics, it might create some curiosity, and I'll gain subs. Okay. And of course, Monday night, I'm going to be talking about the false narrative, false image. And basically, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand regarding the fact that there are certain individuals who love to create false a narrative regarding you. So what I will be doing is I'll be discussing that, and also I'll be sharing with you how to deal with it. Okay. Now I will allow people to share it with the understanding they're not gonna use it to attack other people, and thus they'll apply it as they see fit. Huge shout out to the 10 people watching the stream. Hopefully, I get 10 likes or at least two-thirds of it. Now, what can we expect from Donald Trump? I think it all depends what is your perspective. I know that there are certain individuals who are fear, fearful regarding what's going to happen under a second Trump term. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I was not too all that crazy regarding the results, but I accepted them, okay, because the American voter has spoken. Donald Trump was able to um, do a better job articulating the why he should be given another 4-year term. Um, he came across as more able to relate to the people and their problems. I'm sorry, for all the money that Kamala Harris raised, she did not do a good job in illustrating that she is in touch, in tune with what are the needs of American citizens. I mean, there's been a lot of speculation regarding the fact with this talk about tariffs and things of that nature. I'm going to uh, reserve my judgment regarding what will happen under this administration. I'm gonna give Donald Trump a good 6 to 9 months to see what he does before I opine. Okay, because you do have to give the man an opportunity to do what he claims that he wants to. Whether or not he succeeds, that's another thing. Now, I already discussed earlier, but I'm going to bring that up again. The false claims of racism. I find it very, very interesting that certain individuals will make claims on racism because they don't like the talking points of certain individuals. They don't like the certain views regarding certain individuals, and automatically they assume that they're racist. Okay, that that has been that false narrative has been directed not only on me but on other content creators. And my response is this: don't take my word for it. Take a look at my content, and then you decide what's the situation. Take a look at the people who are my mods. Take a look at the people who appear on my stream, on my panels. If I was racist, there's certain people I would never allow based on the phenotype. That's not me. But of course, people love to create false narratives. I mean, all I can do is just simply state the facts once and then move on. Because no matter how many times you relay the facts, no matter how many times you produce your evidence, no matter how many times you calmly and rationally refute those claims, people are gonna hold on to these claims like like a starving person holding on to a cracker. So when it comes to individuals who make wildest claims or blindly follow certain individuals, there's nothing I can do. Okay, there's absolutely nothing that I can do. And if people want to believe the false narratives, well, I feel sorry for you. I really do. Because that's basically what you're saying is you are not able to think for yourself. You're not able to rationalize with yourself. You're not able to actually take a look and examine a person's content and see if there's um, any content that would mildly suggest that those claims are accurate. And again, I cannot control what people say or do. I control my response. And my response is I am not going to respond. Look, I am just simply going to state the facts once, and then if you choose not to receive them, then that's not my problem. Look at it. Maturity also means that let people think things about you that aren't true. Yeah, that's very true. And I noticed that there are certain content creators who are always going back and forth, um, arguing regarding the false narratives. And the only thing I'm going to say to these individuals, if you know in your heart of hearts who you are, if you in your heart of hearts know that what people are saying about you is not true, it's not factual, then why worry about what they say? Really, why worry about what they're saying? I mean, I know it's very old, it's very cliche, but it does apply. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but pains will never hurt me. Okay, you might be bothered by certain names, but again, you cannot control what they say or do. You control what is your response. Okay. And in time, you're gonna learn to just simply ignore them and just go on and being the best version of yourself. So what else will happen? Ah, that's a very that's a very good question. Let me just read this. I am a diagnosed sociopath according to some folks. All right, I let them think such because of how it will backfire. I really don't care. You know what? That's the appropriate response. People who know me, who follow me, who support me, know how I function, and they're not going to pay heed to the false narratives that are being spread. And if they do, they need therapy, or they need direction, they need discernment, they need deliverance, or what have you. If you're going to allow nameless individuals to cloud your vision regarding who certain people are without even bothering um, to do the research and to do diligence to figure out whether it's true or not, there's nothing I can say to do. And these are just people that it's best to be left alone. Okay, and that's the best way to deal with them. Yeah. Look, let me tell you something. Uh, we have a lot of um, hurt people here on this platform. When TikTok gets shut down, be prepared because we're going to see more of these sick people coming to this platform. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff that people do on TikTok, it's like it makes me want to wonder, um, do these people really understand that they're making fools of themselves? Is that craving for attention so strong that you will do stupid things? Is that craving the attention is so bad, so strong that you have to go virtue? Okay. I'm honest not to admit that I get amused by the false narratives because how they can easily be squashed. Pass me the popcorn in case it happens again. Yeah, well said. I mean, I had talked about some of the narratives um, in Discord by certain individuals, and to be perfectly honest, some of them are very humorous. But it's just indicative regarding where they are, and that these individuals are hurt and they need to be placed in a 72-hour involuntary observation period in a rubber room with a straitjacket. I mean, that is the reality. And to be perfectly honest, I could just imagine some of these weirdos from TikTok approaching YouTube and creating YouTube streams and it would just be ghetto, ghetto, ghetto. Okay. I mean, if you gotta go ratchet in order to succeed, okay, fine. I'll pass. And look, I realize, okay, I see here we have a guest. So let me just state for the record that the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. In the attempt to copy the material without the permission of the host is permitted. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to image some of the views that people all may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. Okay, we're going to be honest. Good evening, Georgia.
Hey, what's going on? Is your diagnosed sociopath in the house? Salutations.
Well, I'm sure right now there's some people that hate watching us as we speak.
Well, they can sit back and listen to the diagnosed sociopath right here, right now. But yeah, long story short, much like how I said in the comment, part of growing up is not to really concern yourself with what narrative somebody has created about you. It doesn't really matter, which is why I was, making the comments that I was making like the other night, because the least that you can do is just let God defend you, because he's the one who ultimately knows the truth. Because there's always three sides of the story: your story, their story, and the truth. And the truth always wins. So truth is, no, I am not a sociopath, even though I'm quite entertained by that false narrative. But I just sit back and relax and just have like some nice popcorn and just let the show unfold.
Yeah.
So if you want to know what, that becomes a win-win for me, but a lose-lose for them, because I'm quite entertained by this narrative that they're creating. So it's just something, to consider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I got to admit, I find it amusing some of the narratives that's been spread about me. And of course, we talked at considerable length in Discord.
Oh, you're right. Well, remember this, man. Like, if the Lord's going to bring you to it, he'll get you through it, okay? So don't really sweat it, man.
No, it's like basically, it's like what they're doing is they're actually providing me with free press.
Fine with me.
Yeah. So hey, if you want to,
As a diagnosed sociopath, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
I know that some people are probably going to use this part of the clip and be like, you see, guys, look, George is even admitting that he is a narcissistic sociopath. All right. I hope you guys do run with that narrative, because it's just going to implode. All right. So vengeance is not mine, but it's his, if you know what I mean.
yes.
So
Now, of course, we know that the Supreme Court has upheld the ban on TikTok.
Yeah, speaking about TikTok, it's hard to say what's truly going to happen just because of all the mixed messages that are just permeating everywhere. So we're truly going to find out, hopefully by Sunday night or this upcoming Monday, though. However, the Supreme Court still has upheld the ban. However, the Biden administration is still, has still extended like a 36-hour, window period, so that Trump and his administration could see whether they could do something about it through political means. So other than that, everything is just a big fat TBD.
Yes. Of course, one consequence that if the ban, if TikTok got shut down, some of the more wretched creators on TikTok might try to make a home here on YouTube.
It's interesting that you say that though, because if you saw Creole Lady Marmalade's status update on here, she said something similar. And all I just said is that do what you have to do to protect your peace, because this should be pretty much your sanctuary, not another battleground. But yeah, if the Ratchet creators are going to come here, they're going to either learn it the hard way, or they're going to give up. Or if they do want to flock over to Red Note, then they're not really going to be able to exhibit such behavior. So better have a higher standard of decorum, if you know what I mean.
Well, actually, there have already been people that have been banned from Retinol because of their content.
That's what I'm hearing
Okay.
though, but I don't care at all about like Red Note, and I have a feeling that it's even linked to the CCP. So yeah, uh, no wonder why censorship is going to be heavier over there than anywhere else.
Yeah. Now, let me raise this interesting point. Do you think our government is going to try to apply the same logic and ban some of the other platforms here?
It's a possibility though, because if let's just say TikTok truly gets shut down in the US and people truly flock over to Red Note or the other app, which is also owned by a Chinese company, that being Lemonade, then I think it's just going to be a matter of time that even those platforms are going to get banned. So I just think that just flocking over to Red Note or Lemonade is just people postponing the inevitable.
Yes. Well,
Does it make
I'm more
sense?
fortunate. Yeah, I'm more fortunate because while I create content on TikTok, I'm not depending solely on TikTok. I mean, I am active, um, obviously on YouTube, um, Twitter to a limited extent, Instagram definitely, Facebook to a certain extent, and I haven't been active in Twitch for a while. So the point is, there are other platforms where I'm able to load content. So I'm not
You're breaking up, by the way.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. No, I was just saying that I load content and on a platform, so I'm not solely depending on TikTok.
I mean, like same here though. I mean, like I am on Facebook though. I'm also am on here and also TikTok. I think that's more than enough platforms for me. I don't think I need to have all these social media apps on my phone, which is just going to do nothing but drain your data storage and everything. I'm not even old
Speaking
like that.
about,
I use it maybe every once in a while, but it's not really something that I deeply care about.
uh-huh. Okay. You ever thought about appearing on True Social?
Sorry, say again. I'm making my dog's food. On what did you
Okay.
ask?
I think it's called Truth Social. You know,
True social?
the app that Trump created.
No, I'm not interested in that. I think I have more than enough like social media gigs already, man. I don't really want all this other stuff unless it's going to be like very high tech and lavish and a very efficient algorithm like TikTok. Unless it's going to be like that, then we could start talking, but I doubt it.
Well, you know, hopefully, okay. Look, hopefully they won't try to do the same thing on our platforms. But I think the president has been set. Um, our government will decide, decide based on what's that criteria. If there are other platforms that need to be banned,
Hmm. Um, I think we don't really know fully 100% what's truly going to happen, which is why I said it's all just a TBD type of scenario. So I will just wait and see what truly unfolds. But I just refuse to walk around with this whole doom and gloom attitude about, oh, TikTok is going, though. The Supreme Court upheld its decision. I mean, like, yeah, that sucks, though, but as long as I'm going to continue to have some fresh air in my lungs, I'll be okay.
yes. Now
I won't be
there
happy
is
about it, to be quite honest, though, because I mean, TikTok did bring a lot of us together, though, and it connected a lot of people, to like the Lord and everything. It got a lot of people, it basically reignited like faith in a lot of people, though. It brought back a lot of
yes.
prodigal sons. It brought back a lot of those types. So we shall really see, man. But all I know for sure is that there are no promises.
Mhm. Is there anything that you would like to talk about?
Um, Pretty much enjoying what we're talking about right now, though.
Yes. Now I did, of course, we did came across another interesting platform, to say the least,
Another
with
interesting one again.
a name that it's kind of scary when you think about it. I'm not going to mention it, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
I wish I did, but what are we talking about?
You know what I'll do is I'll put it in the private chat.
All right,
Just give me a moment.
like a scary name or something. I wish I knew.
Okay, do you see the message in the private chat?
Oh yeah, that page. Yeah, that page. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was very
I mean,
disturbing. But yeah, that page though that I didn't even know about. I'm like, well, that is for sure a disturbing name, but I'm like, okay. But yeah, that one that somebody showed me like a couple days ago. But yeah,
it's like, I was literally floored when I saw it. And it's like, you mean you really have that much hate or whatever in your soul to create a name for that type of name for a platform?
yeah. I mean, like when somebody showed me that account a couple of days ago, I was like, whoa, that's a very freaky name, but it just illustrates somebody else's lack of a moral compass. That's all I can say about that, though. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And it's just time for people not to make any more excuses.
Yeah. And what? Okay. And the thing I'm concerned about is YouTube can, it's not does not enforce its guidelines 100% across the board and allow certain things and certain content to remain.
Right.
I mean, what it does, enables people to do even worse things.
Yeah. I mean, there's a explanation behind that though. It's just because YouTube is only going to prioritize, content creators who are really big, those who have really built a name for themselves on here, those who have thousands and thousands of like followers. So, but keep in mind though, like these are like, at least with where me and you are at though, these are like very like small sectors though that YouTube is not going to prioritize. But it just happens to be that there are going to be people who are going to maybe take advantage of the fact that you may be able to slide away with like having a YouTube page like that can go undetected for quite some time. But yeah, that page that the person showed me though, it is a bit disturbing though, and that just goes too far. I don't hold stuff against people like that though, but that's where you still are though. Then I would really question your moral compass.
Yeah, or perhaps lack of a moral compass, or or the person has a defective moral compass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
But no, it looks like that profile has already been around for like a while now, though. But when somebody showed me that, I'm like, whoa, okay.
Well, it was good to see that the Radical Latino has actually produced some content this week.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a couple years. I mean, like the last time that me and him really talked about was on Instagram, and it was regarding that Maria woman who hasn't been around for quite some time either.
Well, I mean, basically, on this last video, he explained that he's been very busy, with other pursuits, other concerns, and I believe he did get married.
Oh, nice! Congratulations to him.
Yes, shout out to Radical Latino and Mrs. Radical Latino, or or Radical Latina. I don't know.
The radical Latina.
Yeah. Mhm.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. Um, but the fact of the matter is that there's been several content creators that's taken extended sabbaticals for various reasons. Um, the intro Puerto Rico has not produced a great deal of content. I'm aware regarding his situation. The same thing with the 18th letter. Um, Denise Gonzalez has been on a extended YouTube sabbatical, but I'm aware regarding her rationale, which I am not at liberty to say.
Right. I mean, like my last video that I, let's see here, uploaded to my page, that was, okay, that appears to have been about like 5 weeks ago when
Hmm.
I was in my hometown of Berkeley. If you go into my shorts, you can see me at the Berkeley Marina, though. I just recorded, you know, the entire San Francisco Bay. Then I zoomed in on San Francisco way out there in the distance. And that was my last video, though. Got like 527 views. But other
Hmm.
than that, I'm mostly active on my community tab.
Yeah.
And as you can see, like I said already, though, like the majority of my content now is not even race related, though, because I notice that when it becomes race related, though, now everybody wants to chime in, everybody wants to zoom in on it, though. But if it's just about ordinary stuff, then people turn, I guess, just kind of blow it off a bit, though, but not always.
Well, when I did my stream regarding the myths regarding mulattoes, I mean, it did get quite a few views.
Oh, I can imagine.
I mean, look,
Like,
I never claimed to be an ally. of mulattoes, and everything that I have discussed has been based on observations and my interactions with other mulattoes. And my point is that these are people that they want to have their own community. They want to be respected as their own community. Okay, and we don't have a problem with every other group that tries to do that, but suddenly when it comes to them, it's an issue.
Hmm.
And
I think it's always going to
that
be a
was
never-ending issue, though. I think that a lot of people have made the topic so much. I mean, I guess you could say they've blown it up so much, though, to where now they're considering it to be like a integral part of their identity, to where they will keep talking on and on and on about it, though. But I gotta admit, though, it does become very exhausting.
yeah,
Like I've already like uploaded my ancestry DNA results. It's even on my TikTok as well. It's all out there. I am what I say I am, and so is Don Armando, and so is Creole Lady Marmalade. Her stuff is out there, my stuff is out there, and so is Dawn's stuff is out there, and yours, Jose, yours still has yet to be out there. So,
it'll it'll be there in time. It'll be there in time. It's just that I've been very busy. Um, but
yeah, but
I
yeah,
mean,
even my mom's stuff is out there too. Because I get that now, like Dawn is now using the term, I guess, Caribbean griff, which is totally fine though. Well, I'm like, all right, man, you and my mom have something in common because she's a griff too. I'm
yeah,
not a griff. I'm not enough to be a griff, but my mom's a proud griffy too.
yes,
Guess we got some griffs in the house, huh?
yes. But now that you're here, one thing I would love to set up. I would love to set up a stream where we can discuss um, the Creoles, who they are, and talk about their history. So I would definitely love to have you, and if you can reach out to Lady Creole Marmalade, um, if we can set up something here on this platform.
Yeah, it works, man. I mean, you can also reach out to her on her email or just write even on her tab, though, because she did tell me yesterday that, oh, I am trying to get active on here again. Or actually, let me read her exact message to me. Actually, just 21 hours ago, is she said, so she said, trying to get back active this year. So it's now is a good opportunity.
Yes,
I agree. I do agree.
because this is what I truly believe. I think there's a lot of misinformation and misconception regarding Creoles.
Yeah, I mean, like even she's talk made it really clear is that hey, like Creoles are not a monolith. You will even have Creoles who are black presenting as well as Creoles who are even white presenting too, because it's a cultural label though. But what I do like about what she does is that she makes things a lot more specific. She makes it clear is that she comes from the lines who have intermixed and intermingled with one another for quite some time. She descends from the quote unquote mulatto Creoles, or as I like to call it, the Creolados now. So I think that comes very well in handy.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll send you a message um on Discord, and then I guess the only way I can reach out to her is actually put a comment in one of her videos, um, and see if we can set up something. I think it'll be beneficial definitely to my audience, um, so we can get clear understanding regarding your community.
For sure, bro.
Okay. and hopefully she'll consent. I know she's very busy. I don't know if she knows anything about me or whatever, or
She does. I told her about you, and she
um,
says that, yeah, Jose, él es muy simpático. And I'm like, sí, estoy de acuerdo contigo. Jose es muy simpático. Because she's trying to practice her Spanish. I'm like, yeah, he is.
well, I mean, look, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I do enjoy her perspective, um, and the fact of the matter is, she's one of the really positive, youthful content creators out here on this platform.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking about platform, Irby, when you gonna stop producing content on your own channel?
Yeah, Irby, though, when are you going to step up to the plate? I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, you know what? I have said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Um, it's very time consuming um, to create content. First of all, it's not like you can just get on StreamYard and just talk whatever. I mean, you do have to create a topic that you want to talk about, and then do the research, and then prepare. Even even if you're going to do something regarding like I do, which is open discussion, um, you're going to have notes. In fact, let me just cam up briefly for a moment. Okay, so as you can, these are the notes that I use.
Oh, wow. Come very prepared.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I believe when you fail to prepare, when you fail to
You want to see
plan, you
my
plan to
notes?
fail. Oh, sounds like you have more notes than I do. I just have one page. Oh, okay.
Well, that's mail. But yeah.
Irby, what you waiting for? Are you waiting for doomsday? Are you waiting
Still
for
thinking
like?
about it. Oh, sorry.
Are you waiting for like a rainbow to appear and it's like, Irby, create content? I'm gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I remember, in fact, I remember one time on Latin explaining. Um, I was Denise approached me when I'm going to create content. It's like me, me. And it's like who wants? I mean, really, who wants to listen to an old person like myself uh, talk? But you know, one thing I find it very unique and very interesting. 2/3 of my audience is from ages 18 to 44.
Ah, ha, ha. You got the Zoomers and the Millennials in the house, and at least the much, much younger Gen Xers, too.
Yeah. So apparently, I must be doing something right when I can get millennials and Gen Z people watching my content.
Agreed. Technically, yeah. Yeah, that's true, though. Actually, if you're 44, you were born in either, at this point, 1980 to 1981. Now,
Yeah.
1981 to 1996, those are the millennials, though. And then 97 to 2010, 22, I mean, 2009, Gen Z or Zoomers.
Yeah.
So you definitely are catering to the millennials and Zoomers.
And you know what's the interesting thing? Um, I never tried to appeal to a particular age segment. It just happened generically.
Isn't that interesting? Just happened unexpectedly. Special surprise.
Yeah, and that's despite the fact that I have problems with my Wi-Fi, despite the fact I have problems with my equipment, despite the fact some of the more uh, embarrassing moments, I managed to have two-thirds of my audience from 18 to 44 watch my content.
Hmm. I think I have a similar age range too.
Hmm. Yeah. But then again, you're of that age range, so it's more understandable. It's just that I find it um, pleasantly surprised.
Oh yeah, I'm 32.
Well, I'll be 63 this year, so of course, I'm the
Grandpa.
old,
I'm
I'm the
kidding.
old, see, I'm the old, senile, lonely, poor
Oh,
dental hygiene, racist,
all right.
woke.
Hold on, Jose. Hold on. Okay. Let's not get too carried away with that, okay? Calm down. We already know it's funny though, and we already know it's just as funny as me being a diagnosed sociopath. Okay? So let's take it easy, all right? Mr. Senile old
I
man.
know.
Your sociopathic brother here uh is telling you to take it easy a bit.
Yes.
We know. Okay.
Well, you know what? The fact that I got two-thirds of my audience that are basically millennials and Gen Z people, I mean, hey, that speaks for itself.
Yeah. Plus, your daughter is, I mean, your online daughter too, is a elder millennial
Yes.
or older
Well,
millennial.
you know what's funny regarding my cyber daughter? I mean, in many ways, we're the complete opposites, and in many ways, we're exactly alike.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
What about your cyber son, Rakim?
Um, I would say politically we're similar. Of course, we have some different viewpoints. Uh, Part of it is the age, part of it is the upbringing, because if I recall, he has a different upbringing than I have. And of course, we have Rissa in the house. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Hey,
She's
Risa.
definitely she's definitely one of my best mods.
Without a doubt.
Yes. But it's just that I have a lot of interesting cyber children. Okay, I have Joaquin, I have Denise, uh, Gigi. I would consider one of my cyber daughters. Multi, she's more like a cyber granddaughter because there is like a huge age difference. I mean, let's keep it real. You, um,
Yeah, that's true though. I mean, I think um I don't want to, of course. I mean, I don't know. No, I think Gigi's not Gigi, but I think yeah, Multi's been open about her age. I think she's 28 now.
yes, which makes her my cyber granddaughter.
Yeah, because she could be old enough to be your granddaughter, even in real time too. Because you were born. Because let's just say, like, if you had like a daughter or son in, let's just say, the late 70s, and then all right, 28, and then like your son or your daughter had her like 18, 20 years later, though, then yeah, man, you'd be granddad. So it does make sense that she's your cyber granddaughter.
Well, let's keep it real. I was born during the Cuban Missile Crisis, so that kind of gives you an idea how old I am.
Mm-hmm. You were born the year where Skeeter Davis released her song "It's the End of the World." Remember that one?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I
But yeah,
mean, but you know,
62, yep, was the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis, where yes, where Castro and Nikita Khrushchev were secretly negotiating with one another. Multi is
now
a,
I see here. Now, good evening. Now, um, I don't know
um,
if this is the real hybrid vigor or this is a troll.
I don't know. Is that really you, Sean?
Well, if you're the real hybrid vigor, welcome aboard. If you're a troll, well, as long as as long as you're respectful, you can stay.
It's
Okay.
me.
Okay, but why? Why? He wasn't doing anything wrong.
Hold on. I made a mulatto Socrates. Interesting.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's very interesting. Um, just out of curiosity, did you see my stream regarding the myths regarding mulattoes? I'm addressing to hybrid vigor. Well, look, I will say, look, I will say this
Was
much
that
regarding.
really? I don't know. Yeah, me.
Okay,
Okay. I don't know.
okay. Well, look, I just try to address certain myths regarding mulattoes. Okay, first of all, I never claimed to be an expert. I never claimed, to know a great deal. And everything was based on my own personal observations and interaction with mulattoes. Okay, and all I said was they should be allowed to form their own community and they should be allowed their own identity. That's all I said.
As well as saying that, hey, like folks should continue to identify as they see fit, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Now look.
I was not really expecting that, though. I mean, I guess that's the real hybrid.
Okay. Look. I
I
get. Look.
don't know. Like, you
Look.
would have to
I
come up.
get it.
You have the link in the
Okay. I
chat.
get it. That. Okay.
You get what?
Look. I get it. That certain of my supporters are not exactly have warm fuzzy feelings. This is the thing. Understand this. If they come here, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. If they come here and they're very respectful, why block them? Why? And I see there's Gigi in the house. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping
Oh,
by.
alrighty. Okay.
Okay, this is
All
look.
right.
This is
Yeah,
look.
it is. I guess so.
Okay, look.
Hey,
This is and I'm glad. And you know what? And I'm glad to be I'm glad to be addressing this point. If people come here and they're being respectful, I don't want to be. I don't want them being blocked. Okay. If they're not being respectful, it's one thing. But if they're being respectful, why block them? Okay. Now I get that people may not have warm, fuzzy feelings around hybrid, but if they're being respectful, don't block them. Okay. And this applies to everybody with the exception of two individuals that we all know, which I'm not going to mention here. And you know what? You know what, Gigi? I'm glad that you're making that point. Okay, I'm gonna bring. Okay, I'm glad, Gigi. I'm glad that you're making the point. Okay, look,
yeah, I agree with you.
I get it. Okay, I get it. There are people that people may not have a warm, fuzzy feeling about. I get it. But let me make this perfectly clear, and I want my mods to please pay close attention to what I'm saying. Anyone that comes on this platform being respectful, they're welcome here. Okay,
Same.
yes, good evening, Gigi. And I want to make it perfectly clear. Anyone, and I repeat, anyone that comes to this platform being respectful, they're welcome. Okay? There is no need to block them. Okay? This is not an echo chamber here. Okay? I created this platform for a free exchange of knowledge, of thoughts, and words. Okay. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm a little surprised that he appeared on the chat, but he's welcome nevertheless. He's welcome nevertheless. As long as he keep it respectable, he's welcome. Okay. Now,
I feel, I feel
of
the
course, you
same
know
way.
what. Yeah.
I feel
Now
the
you know
same
what's
way.
gonna happen. After tractors over there is gonna make a big, a big deal about it, and all the narratives are going to continue. So be it. And all I'm asking my mods, anyone who comes here being respectful, don't block them. If they're being disrespectful, block them.
Jose, unless it's Zacharias. I
Well,
miss.
wait, no.
What is Zacharias? You know, was started to become very respectful, and he apologized. It was repentant. Then could he chit chat in the box down below?
Okay.
Maybe not come on here to talk, but could he be in the chat?
Okay. Let me put it this way.
I'm messing with you, man. Though, but
Let me put it this.
right?
Let me
But
put it this way.
Zacharias, you
Okay.
know,
Let me. Okay. You know that is a good question. Okay, look. When it comes to Zacharias, I'm going to make this perfectly clear. If my father, my mother, my three brothers that passed away, My oldest sister passed away, and my two nephews all were raised from the dead, and they were collectively on their knees, begging me to allow sacrifice in the chat. My response would be no.
That guy's had his life stalled and harassed.
Um, would you say that's perfect? Did I make myself perfectly clear on that remark?
Yes, but you know me, Jose. I was just messing with you. You know that, right?
I know.
I was messing with you about that. Even though, man, brother, I do respectfully disagree with you on that point, by the way, because yes, we all aware that he has for sure had his personal mental health challenges. But if he came around and was super duper repentant, then hear him out and then let him go. Would that be a healthy compromise?
Okay. I'm
Like,
gonna okay,
you just
I'm being
I think
extremely
that it should get
Christian.
like that though. Even because, dude, even like if you were somebody who like said like the worst stuff about me, or that you were on this crazy like smear campaign against me, if you wanted to talk to me, I would actually still listen and hear you out and not blow you off though. But I would truly hope that you have a repentant heart. But then I would let you go along your way. I'd forgive you and accept your apology, but still access denied. So I think that you should probably apply that same principle. Now, just me, not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want, bro. But I think that you should also apply that as well. You should have the apology accepted, but access denied approach when it comes to the situation with Zacharias.
Oh,
But like I said, even if I
okay.
were like brothers or whoever, it still is a no. But I'm just saying how I am, or better yet, how I would personally handle that. It'll be more of an apology accepted, but access denied approach. And I think you should do that. But then again, brother, I still love you, man. You could do what you want.
Okay. I will listen, but it has to be at a neutral platform, and someone will have to be a moderator.
I would.
Okay.
I would be.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
be like the
Okay.
intermediary between you and Zach. And Zach says his piece. You say your piece, and then you two shake on it, and you two amicably go each other's separate ways, and forgiveness and love.
Okay.
I would do
I
that
see.
even for the you know what. So that's how I would do it. But not saying I'm better or worse. You can do what you want. But if you really
Well,
want my honest take on that, that's what it is.
well, remember, I did say that forgiveness does not mean restoration.
Well, that's where I was saying apology accepted, but access denied.
Okay.
Same thing.
Uh, yeah. Believe me. Yeah, definitely. I can. I can definitely. I can definitely can see that point.
Forgiveness doesn't
Um,
mean reconnection. That's what it means, though. Apology accepted, but access denied.
yeah. Look. I
It's much
get
like
it.
with my ex-fiance, whom we
Yeah.
both have a dead son with, by the way.
Yes.
Um, I actually spoke to her recently, and just saying is that I've let everything go. Everybody and everyone involved has been forgiven. We're all repentant about each other's situations, but it's not going to be like that anymore, if you know what I mean.
Well, I will say this much. Last year, I did have a discussion with my ex-wife,
Mm-hmm.
and she expressed her regrets regarding how the marriage ended.
Uh-huh.
I stated I forgave her, and I stated I don't hold a grudge. We were both responsible, so on and so forth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did I walk her into my home? No.
No.
Did I forgive her? Yes.
Nice, man. You see, that's
Okay.
just what it's all about. Apology accepted, but access denied.
It will probably be the same situation with sacrifice.
I hope it does.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just where I was like coming from. I'm like, dang, man. It got heated in here though, but at least like me and you are being civilized about our stances here and how we would handle a situation. And I like that about us, bro.
Yeah.
That we can actually have a civil discourse in regards to situations with my ex, your ex, and Zacharias and others.
Yeah. And
I think
I think part of the problem is people think if you give someone, that means you have to have restoration to a previous state, and that's necessarily the case.
yeah, that's not really the case. No, no, no. That's why I said though, forgiveness doesn't mean reconnection.
Actually, we did spoke about that earlier, and I know that there've been some content creators that got already gotten removed from Redbook or no.
Red note.
Yes, let's follow her advice and get the likes up. Um, there've been people who gotten their sub channels deleted because of their content. Okay, which is why I kind of thinking what's going to happen is some of those individuals will try to make their presence out here on YouTube.
And bring the ratchetness here, you think?
Yeah.
So I said,
Interesting point. Sacrifice directed the F out of me in the past. But it was funny. I just cussed him out and we moved past it. Look, I mean, yeah. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, there's the one time I actually cursed out a sacrifice, and for me to curse out anybody, that means you really.
Jose. Jose lost his marbles. we still love you, Jose. You know that, right? Oh my God.
And it's funny. It seems like that's the one thing that my ops can say is that I actually lost it on Gigi string and I actually cursed sacrifice.
That was so... Da-da-da-da-da. Otherwise, I'm getting off the effing platform. Oh my God. That was something to say. We're all messing. No, no, no. It's just all something for us to just go back, reflect on, and just tease each other about, though, because it's so behind us, and we can just look back at something, though, and just laugh at it, though. It's not a big deal anymore because it's all said and done forever. But it's all worth looking back at and just teasing and kidding around with one another about, right? In a harmless way.
I mean, let me tell you something. I actually had
out, but go on.
I mean, I actually had Melanie and I rolling on the floor with that statement.
The first time we saw Jose lose his marbles.
I mean,
oh my God.
I mean, but Jose cursing, but he's so nice. He's like the elderly Mr. Rogers.
Well, don't take Jose's kindness for weakness. That was funny. But man, bro, like it got deep tonight, man, about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And I got,
But yeah, but I really truly do think that if he came around with a repentant heart, accept it though, but again, that doesn't mean reconnect. But like if he came around and he said something like, Hey, Jose, I just wanted to say is that I do know that at the time I seriously crossed boundaries. I was not appropriate. I went way too far, and I'm truly sorry and repented about that, especially as repentance is an integral part of my Catholic faith. So if he came around with that, please accept it. It will be truly
I would,
Catholic
but
to do so,
I
but
would,
that
I
me.
would, I would, but you know what? Access denied.
Well, that's the point, bro. Like I said, if even if like my worst enemies came around and they were came around with a repentant heart, I would for sure listen, shake hands, and let it go.
Now let me highlight this point. Okay, if I can just. It's funny how Rashid was trying to frame Jose as some racist. My sentiments exactly. My sentiments exactly. And you know what? All of this went down over 1 15-minute lives that I did when I actually, my rebuke, if you want to call it that, was extremely mild.
Mhm.
And I actually went out of my way to tell people before you say anything about that person, check out her content.
Well,
Yeah.
it all goes back to what I said earlier, though, in regards to how you're going to have to let people think however they want to feel about you and let them roll with whatever narrative they have created about you. Just leave them all to their own devices and just kind of watch everything implode with some nice, tasty, buttery popcorn on the side. And that's just how I
Well,
approach it, you know? Like I said, bro, like remember, I'm a diagnosed sociopath according to some people. So there you go.
well, I mean, I would repeat it, but then again, I think I've said it too many times already. So, look, I have said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. So be it. Some people don't like tea. Some people like coffee. Some people like cocoa. Whatever.
Now, speaking about Gigi, what I like about her one quote is when she once said, well, hey, not everything is going to be peaches and cream, and you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Gigi, I remember that statement of yours from like a few years ago, and I've been using it lately. I like it.
Yes, I mean one thing I will give Gigi credit. She's extremely creative.
Agreed.
Okay, and funny as heck.
Yeah.
Funny as heck.
Well, that's your cyber daughter, though, that we all appreciate.
Yeah, and you know what? And one thing I look at one thing I will say about hybrid vigor. I mean, at times he's very humorous. Okay,
Well, I can
and
say this. I am humble enough to say thank you for coming to my defense at the time, though. Do I agree with everything you were doing? I for sure don't, because I do remember all those videos, but I'm still humble enough to say thank you for that. I appreciate that.
yeah, and to be perfectly honest, I never thought the day would come when Hyper would actually come to my defense as well. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, I think at this point, I think we're giving our ops a lot of conniption fibs.
I'm fine with whatever happens. I, I don't mind it. And then he
Okay.
says, yeah, no problem, just being honest. And I'm going to be honest in return and say thank you.
Yes,
Because, like
I
you said on
agree.
your platform, he's just a Christian who's trying to get his life around and everything. Yeah, of course.
I would say thank you to you, Hyper. I know we have many disagreements, but I acknowledge when people are being, are keeping it real. People's
A
brains
lot
are
of
exploding.
people's brains are exploding in the clouds. Oh, I can't see how many people are in the clouds anyway.
Okay, well, there are 10 people viewing this as we speak, plus whoever people are watching this in incognito.
Okay, everybody
So
says 10. All right.
yeah,
Well, I guess
you
I want
know,
to ask people in the clouds, though. Do you guys like horses? I could hook you guys up with a good old horseback ride. But you guys would have to be nice if you want to meet my baby Cooper. I love him.
yes, I agree. I'll be perfectly honest. I'll be kind of nervous about horses.
No, you don't have to be nervous with Cooper, though. He's very gentle, and the Appaloosas are gentle, easy to train, and chill. Unless you want to harm him, though, then if he kicks you, it's over.
Okay, well, what can I say? But one thing I've seen on TikTok is when it comes to with the king's gods and how the horse, um, how they interact with some of the people, and some of the interactions are very warm and receptive.
So, well, Jose, George, or if Trump and Obama lapped with each other, then anything is possible. Yeah, of course. So, I mean, we already know that Obama and Trump have always treated each other like ops and everything, but clearly seems like they were happy to see each other during President Carter's funeral. Even Trump himself admitted that, quote unquote, yeah, it looked friendly. Well, dude, you guys were being quite friendly with each other. So, of course.
Well, of course, it's been reported that Michelle Obama will not be attending the inauguration on Monday.
That's fine with him.
I mean, you know what? I get it. I get it. Well, look, whatever you might feel, he's president for the next 4 years or until he resigns or what have you. So, and the country made its decision. So let's do the Christian thing and keep Trump in prayer.
Agreed.
So, but in any case, I think I'm going to start to wrap this up because, unlike one person, I don't do 5 hour or 6 hour streams went to pieces. Um,
Yeah, I mean, he said Trump is trying to annex Canada and Greenland. Well, speaking about Greenland, though, funny you mentioned Greenland because I would love to travel to Nuuk someday because I already updated my passport. And traveling to Nuuk, which is one of their bigger cities in Greenland, I would for sure love to explore it sometime. And Nuuk has already
well,
established their airport because otherwise I would have had to fly into Denmark and then transfer from there.
actually, I would love to visit cities like Montreal and see the French influence.
Yeah, I think that'll be great.
Okay, I mean that's something I definitely can do when I retire.
Why retire though? Like if you ever had the means to do it like now, then I would say, start to plan around for it.
I mean,
Because
oh,
I plan to maybe go there someday though, but keep this in mind is that you are a lot closer there than I am.
yes, that's true. That's true. I think maybe an hour, a 90-minute flight, or maybe 2 hours.
We should definitely adopt Canada.
Okay. I'm sure the Canadians will have a different viewpoint. Um, but then again, I really don't know a great deal about Canada, so I'm not going to opine too much. Um, I think Hybrid is in a better position to speak about Canada than I am. Yeah.
Well, I guess if people are like, they said 10 people who are in the clouds is listening. Well, how about we just speak in a language to where I guess you could say they won't understand. So, Jose, I guess I'll just start off by saying, hey, podemos viajar juntos algún día. Podemos pasar tiempo en Groenlandia, Canadá y Escocia. ¿Qué te parece?
Sí, me encantaría visitar ciudades como Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, quizás visitar la región de Saskatchewan. Um, Hace muchos años que no han visitado Canadá y fue
Mm.
solamente el- la región de Niagara Falls.
¿Tienes tu pasaporte?
Sí,
Sí, ya. Yo lo tengo también. So we definitely have to make the plan, los planes para los viejos.
yes. Mhm. You
Y
know what's
también
funny? I've heard,
viajate.
yeah,
All right.
es que
Okay, so I guess they're wondering what we're saying. So I don't know. That was just our way of just kind of messing around a little bit, though.
yeah, that's all. I mean, we just at this point, we just.
Although they're probably going to be like, yeah, what are they saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I guess you could say my ops are a bit surprised that I could speak it. I'm like, well, yeah, guys, because if they really want to know, though, I used to communicate with some folks in Buenos Aires, Argentina, y
Okay.
Español, Madrid, y también
Yeah.
Mexico City, Mérida, y Patagonia.
Okay. I guess the only two words of French I can actually can say is no parlez-vous français or merci, and I'm probably mispronouncing it.
Well,
That's just my attempt to say I don't speak French.
well, according to la historia, y tengo algunos antepasados en Francia.
Isn't Trump said we better make peace over there? Here's or how was going to break out. Wow. Well, you know what? Time will tell what happens. That's all I'm going to say. But in any case, I'm going to stop to wrap this up because it's already gone 2 hours. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't think I'll have this much traction tonight, considering that there are other content creators that's live. The fact that even with the other content creators out there, that I created this much attention, I guess that speaks well.
Yeah. But could I also just say this, Jose? So creo que los ops perdieron.
Your colleague, let's see. Sí. Pero la verdad que me encuentro muy chistoso de las palabras que han hecho contra nosotros.
Sí. ¿Algo más?
No,
Por la noche.
no. Any last words? Let's keep it in English so we don't drive the audience insane.
For sure.
So,
Continue to stay high on the vibe. Keep doing your thing. You're already making a good impact, and I'll keep definitely growing, learning, and growing, advancing in my career, and doing me, enjoying animals, enjoying my dog, enjoying the horses, and hopefully planning for the next trip to hopefully Greenland.
yes.
How
Well,
about you?
by that time, it might be U.S. territory at some point. I mean, who knows? But
We'll see.
but thank you very. But first of all, thank you very much uh, for stopping by. I gotta admit, this has been a very. I think this has been an excellent stream, and we had a few surprises.
Oh yeah, that surprises me.
Well, but I really appreciate it, and I'm just gonna close by saying that I think this was a very good stream. I'm glad that we had a lot of interaction. I didn't think we would have it, and I'll be perfectly honest, Hyper really surprised me by making his presence. But again, folks, anyone who comes here and being respectful, they're welcome. And I mean it literally, with the
Same.
exception of um, a certain individual that we already spoke about and we already state why. But I will be live on Monday um, regarding false narratives. So we're gonna have an. I think we're gonna have an interesting discussion regarding the false narratives. Of course, I'm not gonna mention anyone specifically, but I'm gonna speak about why people create false narratives and how we can deal with it. Okay. And before you go, would you like to speak a little bit about your channel?
Well, I'm um, definitely on my Chromebook at the moment, though. But so yeah, my channel though, you guys could just click this, just the @ sign, and just type Giorgio or Creolato. It's just stuff regarding my family, a lot of like throwback pictures, pictures of me and my siblings, my day-to-day life, and then on a special occasional basis, I'll bring up a race-related issue. So like that's why I'm glad that you brought up the whole mulatto issue though, and like I just said, the other day, um, yes, there is historical baggage attached to the term mulatto, but guess what's same with black. And if you really look at the origins of black, the origins of it are far worse than the term mulatto. So trigger warning there. So on a special occasion, I'll bring that up though. But other than that, it's just me, myself, and I. So if you guys just want some more chill content though, family related stuff, faith based stuff, and the occasional race related topics, then hit me up.
Okay. Well, of course, the playback gang, do your thing, enter whatever your comments, just keep it respectable. Um, if you want to share, fine, keep it respectable. Don't use my content to attack other people because that's not how I do things over here.
Right.
And of course, I'm going to close the same way that I always close. We must do everything possible to avoid the presence of the mentally and intellectually challenged. Because if we fail to do that, we will duplicate their stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Wishing you all of you a very good night, wonderful weekend, and for those who live in New York, it's going to get a little chilly next week. We're going to have a couple of days when the temperatures will reach single digits. So, yes,
Yeah.
that's why. Thank you very much, Gigi. Thank you very much, Irby. So, take care. Good night and peace.